Today is the 20th of January 2021, and I just got done watching Kamala Harris first, and then Kamala Harris and Joseph Biden being sworn into office as the, what was it, 46th President of the United States, Joe Biden. And his speech, the central theme of his speech was one of unity, not one of division, as Trump's was 4 years earlier. The tone of Biden's speech was one of optimism, and as opposed to what Trump was telling us 4 years ago, that everything was carnage. Well, he produced that carnage, didn't he? Now we have someone finally responsible and sane in the Oval Office who will help move this country forward instead of tearing it apart. But, well, I suppose there's no point in lamenting what Trump has wrought over the past 4 years, but it was plenty. And I saw in the paper that Biden plans to sign 17 executive orders right off the bat, today, later today, when he goes to work. Oh boy. And some of those executive orders to reverse Trump-era policy, misguided and ill-conceived policy at best. Some say will take months to sort themselves out until the United States government is re-functioning in a way that is intended to promote the public good instead of trying to undermine it. Biden has 4 principal crises, and they're all interconnected. And they must be dealt with on an interconnected basis, in my opinion. Probably of most immediate concern is social justice for everyone whose civil rights have been crimped, constrained, if not restricted or somehow revoked by circumstance or situation or law even. You know, it's unsettling when you think about it, how these extensive socioeconomic situations we find ourselves in have so many well, you might call them tentacles of connection to other facets of different problems. And that's why they're all interconnected, because thinking about things, analyzing things, you have to separate them out. You have to name things, and if you name processes that are abstractions, and yet these processes are ongoing, all the time, everywhere, at least within our own country. Sometimes the analytical or theoretical constructs we come up with, or some people come up with, are found out later to be somehow erroneous, somehow off, and not reflective of reality itself. And this is the big problem. This is the big epistemological problem. Epistemology, the theory of knowing. How do you know what is real and what is false? How do you know what is true and what is a lie? How do you know? Well, some lies are self-evident, and others are pretty underhanded and sneaky. Just like some people. Some people are straightforward and honest, and other people are just plain liars, as our former president, for example. Who even Tom Cruise is one of his initial opponents in the primary, just prior to the 2016 election. Who called Ted Cruz? Who called Donald J. Trump a pathological liar, and then later buddied up with him because it was to his political advantage. A lot of Texans are Trump supporters. Texas is one of the most conservative states in the Union, with its right to bear arms any old time you please, go everywhere you want, carrying a weapon, whatever. This whole business about the Second Amendment is, well, it's a bag load of rotten eggs, if you ask me. I sure hope to high heaven the legislation can now be passed, perhaps, on a bipartisan basis that will reintroduce a ban on semi-automatic weapons, for one thing. That ban should be reintroduced into legislation, and a bill drawn up for Biden's signature that inhibits the production, or even outlaws the production of semi-automatic weapons, or inhibits or outlaws the sale to just any old party. These guns are intended for warfare. They're not intended for sport, although many men like to take a crack at it. I wouldn't mind trying to shoot one myself, it'd be fun, but I don't even own a gun. The last time I owned a gun was when I was a kid. I had a .22 rifle. I used to shoot sparrows, and of course I used to shoot sparrows with a BB gun too, but one time I was out, me and my pal were out in the field behind my mother's house, and we traipsed over this auto junkyard, and I saw a rabbit stick its head out of its hiding place, and I trained the barrel of my rifle on that rabbit, and I was going to shoot it and try to kill it, but then I thought, what the hell, what am I doing? I don't